Well, let me see how well this works out. Couldn't upload a video, not enough space on my phone. So I figured I'd do a live video. Been a while since I've done a video where I talk. So I might as well talk about my main project here. Since that one back yonder, I couldn't get a title for it. This here is my 1975 Ford F100 Ranger XLT long bed. It was a factory 390 truck with automatic, factory air. Bought this whole truck for $350 with a title. And as you can clearly see, I mean, it's not in that bad a shape. It's got sun cancer. Good Lord, this video is lagging like hell. I need some Wi-Fi. But this fender has got cancer on the bottom. Support's rusted out. And this driver's side door has got rust down there in the very bottom where water and trash likes to collect, which is common. And I got a little cancer in the bed right in yonder, which it won't be too hard to fix. Just cut it out, weld in a new piece so I can get pieces to fix that. And as you can clearly see, I took every piece of the rocker molding off. I ain't gonna bother with that fender because it's got mud on the front side, front corner right here that I've knocked out. You can see that's pretty damn thick. But I got a rust-free fender that come off a 74 F100 Ranger. So I'm gonna throw that on there after I repaint it with a red oxide primer. And pretty much my plan with this truck is, on the bed side over here, you can see the pinstripe around the belt moldings. I'm going to have that painted on, and I'm going to do the block letters on the tailgate in white like they already are, but they're going to be painted on, not a decal. And I might find me another hood, since this one's got a little rust in it, and it's been boogered up right here with a cutoff wheel right here. Done that on both sides, like they were trying to cut a corner out for like a floor pan patch or something. But on the hood, it's gonna be red, but the bump right here in the center, I'm gonna do that in Wimbledon white. And it's got a 76 grill in it, which I'm gonna keep the grill shell because the grill shell is perfect, except for that one dent on that corner turn signal. But I'm gonna take those grill inserts out, and I'm gonna put the factory 73 to 75 grill inserts back in, and I'm gonna keep those. The windshield would have been perfect if the planes in it won't separating. Got this little mess right here going on, and it's separating and fogging up. But I'm gonna get new door panels for it. Rockers are good. Got a little rust down here on this floor pan, which it's not terrible. It looks worse on the camera than it is, but that hole is no wider than a drink can. So I'm pretty much just gonna cut it out square all the way up underneath the dimmer switch, and we'll patch that with a piece of steel. I'm gonna put rust converter down inside here and see if I can't either Bondo that or probably just cut it out and put a new piece of steel in right here. Try and fix that. All in good time. Main thing is roof and everything on the inside. I took the headliner out. Had the original headliner in, I took it out. All the dome light wires are still in here. It ain't got no root, ain't got no rust in the dang on roof. It's a roost. And I took the door seals out because they were just falling out anyway. And I'm gonna cut the whole quarter out on this side of the bed and get a new patch panel for the whole quarter. And I'm gonna put a new quarter panel in on this side because it's full of rust and Bondo. Bed floor is solid as a rock, and that's about the only hole in the floor back here other than where the seam sealer's popping up. Tailgate's good. It's got scaly surface rust on top, but the whole bottom of it ain't rotted out. And I gotta bend this corner right here back out, but no big deal. I mean, for $350, I'm not complaining not one bit. And of course, I got no mud grip thrown on it because The alloy wheel and all terrain that was on the back of this truck is on my 94 over yonder. So, and this quarter panel over here, it's got a little bit of rust in it, a couple of dents. I got some dents to pull out right here, as you can kind of see right here. But stud gun, I can pull them back out. And I need to get one tie down because this one's missing. But I'm gonna get a whole brand new set of those. Every piece of chrome on this truck I'm gonna get brand new, one piece at a time. And the passenger side door, it needs a regulator, and it's been boogered up down here. It's rotted out. It looks like somebody took a damn crowbar to it. So I'm not too fond of that. And plus the front corner up here is pretty rotten. It's worse than the driver's side. So I'm gonna replacing this door because I got a guy down in Chicago, North Carolina, that's got about 42 of these damn trucks sitting in a junkyard. And I found about 4 of them trucks have perfect doors on both sides, so I might just buy both doors at the same time. The hood ain't terrible. That spot there was kind of bad. There we go. And I got birds living in here. I'm gonna start charging them little fuckers rent. As far as rusting this hood, I mean, the hood's actually in perfect shape. I mean, it ain't got no rust in it. That's, I mean, terrible. The worst of the rust is on this corner right here. That's the worst rust on it, if y'all can see that. I don't know if y'all can. Yep, there it goes. See, we got a decent little hole right there. And it's got a little, I mean, it's got some rot in it, but I mean, I can't ask for a better looking hood for a stock hood. That ain't terrible. And actually, battery tray's got some rust in it, but the fender is perfect. That fender's perfect. It's got power brakes, power steering. There's the air conditioning. About the only thing I need is the condenser that sits in front of the radiator. I need to get a radiator and the compressor and everything, and I'm gonna have that going through and double checked out. And I do need to get a core support because this one's rotting pretty bad down here on this corner. If y'all can see the holes down there, that's where it's rusted through at. Right down in here. Right in that area, it's rotted out. And as you can clearly see, this core support's pretty well toast. It's pretty rotten out on that mount tab. But nice thing is I got the shift linkage for automatic transmission. I got the cross member stuff, and I got the drive shaft. I got a 302 FMX automatic and all of that 2 out back. I was debating on putting the 302 in here, but I'm debating on either getting another big block to put back in this truck because I got engine stands, the engine mounts right here. I got some that are for a small block that will bolt in this truck, so I'm thinking about fluffing up that 302 that I got and throwing it in here. And if I can go find the column, I found the clutch pedals and everything, but I'm debating on since Mr. Robbie has quite a few ton trucks out there with the MP 435 4-speed, I'm thinking about putting a 4-speed in this truck or finding the column. Since this is an automatic column, I'm thinking about getting me a damn factory 3-speed column for this truck and putting a 3-speed on the tree in it, because I don't really feel like hunting down a C6 automatic for a small block and having it rebuilt and blah blah blah, and it goes out 2,000 miles down the road. I don't feel like dealing with that shit. With a 3-speed, I mean, damn, you can't blow them damn Borg Warner 3-speeds up. They're indestructible. And a 4-speed in this truck, a Granny Gear 4-speed, and it's already got a 373 gear ratio in it. With a 302, it'd be a good pulling truck, especially since I got that little Farmall Cub in the garage. And let's see, I need to get some emblems and a couple of little things. I'm really debating on, I really think I might put the Ranger XLT badges back on it, but they got the holes on that side, but the holes on this side, as you can clearly hear, this quarter panel's got a little bit of bondo little bit of bundle, especially right there. And I'm gonna take the step bumper off the back because it's a little tweaked, as you can clearly see. But I'm thinking about taking that off and getting either a new step bumper just like this, or getting the contour bumper and put on here with a Reese hitch. Yeah, it's got all the holes still on this side for the Ranger XLT badges. So I might put the Ranger badges back on it or something. Or I might just leave them off and fill those holes in. I don't know yet. But all the rocker molding that I took off this truck, I'm not putting back on it. The only moldings that are going to be on this truck right here is going to be the belt molding and the wheel well trim. That's about it. I ain't putting the rocker molding back on it, even though it was factory. I don't like it because that's where most of this rust come from. Trash getting up behind it and just rotting the damn shit out. But other than that, for 350 bucks, I ain't complaining not one bit with this old truck. Try selling it. I have that kind of sentimental attachment. I've had it too damn long. I don't really want to get rid of it. That truck over there, I got a title for it. I've already grill inserts out of it. I'm gonna sell the bed off of it and the doors off of it to my uncle to put on his 71 F250, and I'm gonna help my cousin Tony out. I'm gonna give him a couple parts off of that truck for his 70. And whatever's left, I'll probably just take off to a scrap yard. Nobody wants it. I've had it up there for 300 bucks, pretty much what I gave for that truck, and nobody would buy it, so oh well. And I got that little bit of rust right there to figure out how to fix. That irritates me a little bit. But as far as the bed, I mean, the bed's perfect. I'm happy. And I'm gonna get it repainted to factory Ragoon red, and it's gonna have pinstripes on it and everything. I'm gonna keep the car mirrors on it because I like those better than those ugly tail trailer mirrors. I like these a lot better. They look a whole lot cleaner. This one's kind of loose. Mirror gonna fall off when I go down the road. But I ain't got no rust around the windshield. I was surprised at that. I've seen a couple of these trucks where the damn windshield was falling out. Yeah, I'm gonna polish out this grill shell, clean it up, get all the spray paint off of it, because that's what most of it's covered with, is damn silver spray paint. And I'm gonna give me a new chrome front bumper, and I'm gonna put bumper guards on it. And I might do a HID headlight and LED light swap on it, and just replace every single bulb in the whole truck with LEDs. Marker lights, headlights, turn signal lights, brake lights, all that. But the funny thing is, on this truck, damn booster and master cylinder is all brand new. I was amazed at that, because I did get a couple of receipts with this truck. All in good time. Main thing I want to do is get a drivetrain in it and get it moving. And then I'll focus on the damn cosmetic stuff. But I did unbolt the damn seat out. And surprisingly, I still ain't bolted it back in. This little, there's dirt back there, a mess, but floorboards are solid as a rock in this truck. Especially back here around the back window. It's got rust on the outside, but it ain't got a speck rust on the inside, because I went through this whole truck with a dang on pick, because I know where all the rust spots in these trucks tend to occur. Kind of like the old 67, 72 Chevrolets. In here is where they tend to rust out bad. On the back window and on the front windshield. It's just dirty, pretty much. And as far as the interior, the outside is going to be red and white, but the interior, since it's over there by the glove box, is black, and it's got a black dash pad, and I got a black diamond pleated headliner. I'm gonna do the interior black carpet, black door panels. I might get a new dash pad. I'm on the reproduction chrome die cast bezel to get rid of this plastic one that's in here. That way I got one that matches the trim around my glove box. And I am gonna put the air conditioning in this truck back together. And I got an old school toolbox that I need restored. I'm gonna put on the back, and it's gonna be painted white. And I got a CB and a old whip antenna that I'm gonna put on here and wired it in. And I'm gonna put some Pioneer 6x9 speakers in the doors. So I believe that's what's got in it to begin with. Back in there, they're blown out. I'm gonna put aftermarket radio in it, CD player with auxiliary cord and all that good stuff. And if I can find it, I'm gonna try my damnedest to find this matching upholstery like this right here, because the back is perfect other than a few cracks up there on the vinyl. The little armor all will take care of that. And I'm gonna put a seat cover over it anyway, but I really want to reupholster this seat on the bottom where it's been torn up and worn. So this will look pretty damn good when I get it done. It'll probably take me maybe 4 years to get it done, maybe. Because the nice thing about these dent side Fords, there's plenty of them around. They're still dirt cheap, and parts are relatively available. And another thing, I need to go get those damn, I got one, but it's a little bent up, but I need to get the support, the little mounts for the grill shield that bolt to the inner fenders. I got one, I need to go get me another. But the main thing is I'm gonna go get me another core support because this one's rotting out. And I got a couple of shop manuals. I'm gonna look over all the damn wiring up under here, because it's it's a damn mess. I don't know what goes where. This is some Afro engineering, if I do say so myself. And I need to go get the little bracket for that side over there and get the factory jack to put back in here. And I didn't notice it at first, but it does have a brain box in here. That some bitch is coming out. It's going bye-bye. I don't want that bitch. Rather, if I put a 360 in this truck, or I find a tall deck 390 truck engine and put back in this truck, or I just say to hell with it and run that 72 model 302 I got after I fluff it up and throw a new oil pump and gaskets and seals in it, a new carburetor. After I get all that put in here, I'll start getting all the parts to put the air conditioning back together. But whichever engine I put in here, I'm only going to run one distributor, well maybe two different distributors in that engine. I'll either go with the GM HEI, or I'll go with that Pertronix electronic distributor that looks like the factory points distributor that was in these trucks. I don't know where the hell that guy got this antenna from. That thing is about retarded as hell. But I got bored. I'm home off the road, so I decided to take a video of this truck since I ain't never freaking done it. But by God, I wish this thing ran. Oh, one more thing. As far as exhaust on this truck, let's see. Whichever engine I put in, I'm gonna run stock manifolds on it, because this ain't gonna be no powerhouse truck, and it's gonna have a 2-barrel still on it. But I am gonna run 2.5-inch pipe going all the way out the back, and I'm gonna have, I got a set of free glass packs sitting in my barn, but I might go get me a set of Flowtech Purple Hornies to put on this truck. And the pipes are either going to be running out at an angle, 45-degree angle, out here behind the back tire, or I'm just going to run them straight up the sides right here in front of about right here in front of the back tires. Either side pipes, or I'm going to run them straight out of the back behind the back tires. But I feel like I'm going to run side pipes on this truck. Just cause. At least I'm going to have chrome tips on there. This floor pan over here is a lot nicer than the one over there, but it does have a little bit of cancer coming in here. It's pitted pretty bad and it's got a couple of holes, but a little bit of fiberglass will fix that up after I really clean this thing out. And I got a little hole coming in right here. But for factory floor pans, I'm not complaining not one bit on this damn thing, because I've seen a hell of a lot worse. A lot worse. But I don't know, I'll get her done sometime. How y'all like my new fancy window holder, old flathead screwdriver that came with the truck? It's all fancy. And But, well, since I've been talking about this truck, I'm not even going to talk about that one because there ain't nothing to talk about with that damn thing. Let's go into the barn and see what I got going on in here. Oh, Lord. It's a mess and it's dark. But we got a John Deere 110 square fender. 1969 110 square fender. Got that whole thing for $100. And the hood is damn near perfect. It's got a good hood and it's got a damn good front bezel up here, but it's missing some main pieces that are kind of expensive. I need to get an engine, a grill, a deck, a seat, another hole in my head because I'm an idiot. And here's a freebie that I was really happy to score. This is a, I believe, 1974 Jacobson built Ford LGT 120 gear drive. It's got a 4-speed manual transmission in it, and the K301 and 12 horse Kohler. That engine will run. It's got damn good compression. I need to get a new carburetor, a new set of points for it, and check out some of the wiring and a couple other things. But I did get it to spin over, and the starter's really strong on this little tractor. But when you get something for free, it tends to be rougher than you expect. This running board over here is pretty crunchy. But other than a little bit of rust and a little bit of nastiness, not bad. One bit for free. Hood on it was a little pitted, but it had the factory decal still on it. One thing that's kind of funny on this thing is that homemade hitch. Can you say fabricator? That shit is ridiculous. I'm cutting that son of a bitch off. It still has the factory hitch underneath there. The guy just welded that shit to it. And surprisingly, toolbox underneath ain't got a hole in it. I was amazed at that. But all in good time. And over here to the I came out of that 72 and I got drive shaft. And FMX is sitting back there in the shed. If anybody wants a FMX automatic 3-speed, more than welcome to come out here and get it. I don't want it. I thought about rebuilding it, but it ain't worth the shit any damn way. And the reason why I'm keeping this 110 instead of selling it, I was thinking about selling it a while back. But one of the main reasons why I'm keeping this little tractor is because of this right here. Waller and Forbes Incorporated off of Dickinson Avenue, Greenville, North Carolina. And if anybody is familiar with Greenville, that's out there by Piggly Wiggly downtown. That dealership went out of business in 1976, I think, or 77. And this is a 69 model. So, and I'm gonna have that decal remade, have a reprint of it done, and I'm gonna put it right back in that same spot on this little tractor. But this one here, it's gonna be my mowing tractor. The Ford over here, when I get it up and running, if I can find one, I want to get a sleeve hitch for this. Because I'm gonna put the turf tires on the front, not that style turf tire, but the 5-rib turf tire, real almost like just a regular slick. And I'm gonna put True Powers and wheel weights on the back, and I'm gonna hook a Brindley plow behind this and see if it'll pull it pretty good. It'll be my plowing garden tractor. This one I'm gonna put a cutting deck back under this and cut my grass with it. And this one's getting hubcaps. If I can find a set of new old stock John Deere hubcaps for it, that would be amazing. But that would come at a price because John Deere's are expensive as shit. But for $100 and for free, let's see. I got a good pickup, a good John Deere to start with for $450, which ain't bad. I got some good deals. And there's my rust-free front fender that I'm gonna sand down and repaint with some red oxide primer to get this blue paint off of it. And I'm gonna do the back side of it in Chassis Saver rust proof Phthalate black paint. This 110 is the light shade of John Deere green. I'm gonna repaint this whole thing dark like the earlier rounders were painted, like the 63 and 64s, because I think that's a prettier shade of green to me. About the most expensive thing I'm buying for this is probably the engine and the decal set. Damn decal sets cost about as much as the damn engine. $164 for a decal set from Hapco. That's ridiculous. And I would go show the farm all, but I don't feel like pulling my keys out and going in there. But just some of the stuff, some of my projects I got going on out here at my place. But figured I'd just post a live video or something, because I ain't hardly done nothing on YouTube in 4 years. 4 or 5 years actually. But yeah, let's take a little side shot of this old girl. Yep, I will catch you on the flip side later.